Hello and welcome to another match of Roulette Rivals 7. 2 weeks since we started and now we're all the way to loser bracket round 5 today from the pre-C bracket between 2021 Roulette Rivals World Champion DaniButa and returning rival Brainfixer. This first to 6 matchup will begin in Paris, which was chosen by Dani. Then we go to Mendoza, which is chosen by Brainfixer. And we have quite a few random maps rolled already for this match. Hopefully not more than 3, because that would mean a tie somewhere along the way. But with a 47-minute timer, I don't think that's really possible this deep into tournament. 30 seconds to go. As we can see, Dani picked Paris and he has never lost there, which is not so surprising from a rookie world champion. His only tournament he ended up winning, so obviously a very good performance everywhere. Brainfixer also very experienced in season 1, 3 wins, 2 losses. Dani is definitely the favorite for this one, but Brainfixer is having his best ever tournament to date, so he will be fighting for every single round from now, and hopefully for him, he gets to win this one with this Paris spin. Viktor Novikov, Hatchet as chef, and Dalia Margolis, Loud AR as auction staff. Now the Loud AR will of course be somewhat tricky as start, but I don't think it has to be a really too fancy strategy. Dani is doing what my original idea would be, is to keep Viktor on this floor and then perhaps even bring Dalia down from the auction balcony down here. But for now we will see a KO on Viktor, which was loud, but there was no screaming, no shouting from Viktor, so for now the situation is contained and one body already isolated. The hatchet is a large item, and so you can't holster it, and will be tricky to traverse with it as a civilian, as a chef for example, but you can put it in a briefcase, and I don't see an agency pickup next to the shed, which is my go-to method. You can just pick up the item there and put back the hatchet in so that you can carry it. Brainfixer has opted for a different strategy. That was a seeker on Viktor and an isolation already, 75 seconds into his run, and I think that is a fireworks detonator followed by, well, using it, which means Dalia will be on the balcony, although no, she's not quite she's not quite there yet. So the detonator wasn't used. Brainfixer instead will just focus on the Viktor kill. And picking up that all-important hatchet. Then he has made Dalia sick, so there is going to be an isolation here. And very good map knowledge. Only now I remember that this particular guard, which Dani is luring him with a radio, has a Loud AR, so no item needed for this one. And I don't see an agency pickup on Brainfixer's side, so I think both of them are going for this bathroom isolation. KO on the guard, and then Dalia. And Dalia can be hidden, although this is a very weird room as far as sound goes. I wouldn't be surprised, or sometimes I do believe you won't get like sound doesn't even get out of this room. Curious to see if this will be the case, but 2 closed doors from the nearest NPC, and that's the first kill of the match. Dani with advantage, Brainfixer with the isolation, and now has the hatchet close by. Brainfixer also didn't need to bring a loud AR if that was his choice, because he already has a briefcase set up next to Victor. He could start in suit, of course, and bring one in. And now it's Danny's turn to get the hatchet. And a chef disguise and a bit of chest passing. Of course, as chef you aren't allowed on the first floor, or is that level 2 in HITMAN terms. So that will be a tiny bit of challenge for him, but usually happens in parry spins. It shouldn't really catch him out. Brain takes care of the evidence and some unusual situation for the disguise. He shot the silence pistol to turn around the two chefs. I don't think that worked in the first place, but the disguise, the chef with the disguise Brainfixer wants to get was hearing the initial shot, so there was some setback for him there, but Brainfixer got the disguise, as well as Danny now, using a snail. So of course it's the same stats for both of them, it's a very similar situation, but 1 kill difference, Danny definitely in the lead. Hatchet in hand as well. Brain is surrounded by the guards and the tech crew on both sides. There is one more NPC there, no peekaboo for Brainfixer, but tricky for Danny as well, who also didn't take care of those two NPCs and also is surrounded by the same 4 people. They are facing the same situation, and we can see they both resort to hiding next to the KO'd tech crew. But then he should have free access to Victor now. 2 more cameras to shot. Searching is interesting. I think it should be the chef. Maybe a guard just got there. Shouldn't be a bullet impact or anything. Danny gets the second kill and is very close to the exit. I suppose you can go for one more disguise, because yeah, you're trespassing until you get to the bottom of the floor. 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Now the Sheik is already on his way to the auction, so no more NPCs to face, no more trespassing, just a couple enforcers to dodge that. But Danny will have this one. Brainfixer is 1 whole Dahlia kill away. That won't be done in 45 or even 47 seconds. Danny exits, Brain gets the disguise, but Dahlia is running around. So I don't expect this to be a photo finish, and Danny gets the first 2 points. Next map is Mendoza, and it is 07 for me, so it would be, I believe, 12 past for map number 2 of this match. I am adminning this one, so there is always going to be a bit of a downtime between spins, but now everything is set up. And also just double checking that there is no admin in this match, contrary to the other match, which is currently Currymaker vs Gordini Roy, the parallel match casted by Menditinha. I just can send the spin for verification, although there is nothing controversial about this one. Little under 4 minutes to go. And yeah, first to 6, I think that's quite new still. Need to get used to this figure. The World Championship, of course, had a group stage where 3 maps were played and a maximum of 6 points could be scored. But we haven't had a knockout stage match, a regular knockout stage match, with first to 6 until RR7. And I guess the World Championship knockout stage, which was, I guess, the catalyst for this change. And in RR7, round 3 and losers bracket round 3 onward, all matches play out until one side gets 6 points, which resulted in quite a few very long matches. As you can see, Brainfixer making an explosive exit to his Paris, hopefully knowing that his run was already over. I think that was quite intentional in the end, jumping back and forth. So we've had quite a few long matches. The longest match was broken earlier this tournament, not in the first to 6 round, but in a first to 4 round. HITMAN beat Max Masters in a 3-hour 10-minute match, including I think 2 ties and the last minute Mumbai win by Max. I don't see that record being broken today or anymore in the tournament, but we've definitely had some longer ones. These good players, however, will appreciate the longer match, I think, because they, well, not that others wouldn't, but they will definitely finish these no ties and hopefully 3, 4, or even 5 maps until a winner is crowned. 1.5 minutes to go, and as you can see, yeah, HITMAN or OSM or OHS, wasn't sure if I would say out the full name, but there you go. He also holds the record for this map. It wasn't the aforementioned match against Max, but it was against Tinega the following round, which he took. Yeah, there we go. The following match was against Tinega, and it was, I think it was a round 3 match, so 6-4, but another decider, another very last map win by OHS won him the match, and it was quite the easiest Mendoza spin in existence, but if you are playing for so long, you still have to execute no matter the spin, and that's the well-deserved record, which was taken from Dani actually. Let's see if he gets a spin with which he can take back the record. "15 seconds, and despite being a Brainfixer pick, it's not one of his most successful ones, but still 3 map appearances so far, so hopefully some experience with this spin. Dani Yates, Garden Fork as Mercenary, Tamara Vidal, Explosive Weapon as Tango Musician. And that is not a record spin, because the Tango Musician is itself takes at least a minute of downtime, at least in the current meta. But a very forgiving Dun kill. Where would be a Garden Fork? Would there be a Garden Fork in the garden? in the mentioned Villa Garden? I would say that that is the case, unless I'm switching it up with the shears. But I think the shears can be found. Huh. I would have to heat maps this one very quickly. I guess Dani will show us where he would get a Garden Fork and would we get a very quick first kill or not. Then is the first one to load in. Oh, Brainfixer with Mastery 14 out of 20. Bit of an unfortunate situation, but I think he has access to all the starts and all the relevant agency pickups. Thank you, PG. Garden Fork is in Yates Garden, and that would be then it next to the Garden Shredder. Brainfixer also loads in, 45 seconds behind the Dani. Also starting Vater, and this really seems like a straightforward tomorrow isolation, and then very quick dawn kill as well. Yeah, it's also well spotted that quick, a very quick isolation on tomorrow meant that Dani didn't even wait until tomorrow is in the flower pot. So Dani wasn't the one KOing her, it was the bubble gum, the sedative gum, which pacified her. Means that Dani still has the Breacher in hand, so it would not be as remote as we would imagine. And I said all that while not looking at Brainfixer, so I wouldn't know if he plays the Breacher or not, but it doesn't matter for this run, it has to restart. So Dani with Dawn isolated, and now it's his turn to get a garden fork. It's already on instinct, yeah, right in front of him, although there is one enforcer to dodge. Could be very unlucky timing, and he actually gets caught by it, but how full was that for so long? And I think everyone expected that to go badly in the first second, but Dani survived for 3 another seconds. Putting late to Brainfixer now. But then Dani now, once again, with the isolation. I think with the bubblegum you can't even place the Breacher in a safe spot. All you do here is just throw it in and wait for tomorrow to get pacified. So Brainfixer with a slight lead now, and Dani changing his plans. Goes for the garden fork first. Actually smaller detour this way. Mercenary is just so close. That it wouldn't be a detour at all. Dawn will see that body, but the guards inside don't care. I don't know about the downstairs guard. I see no question mark there, so just the one lure will be sufficient, and Dani will have everything for the first kill, and Tamara isolated in all likelihood. Ooh, Brainfixer also gets the garden fork, luckily. That mercenary didn't turn away at the worst possible moment. But yeah, now this results in green guns for both of them and the Dawn kill down. Dawn is still slightly ahead. And he definitely has every remaining item and the obligatory boxing himself instead of opening a door. Brainfixer does still miss an item, and he will go to the shrine to pick up his hidden stash. And for Dani there isn't a lot to do now, because he has to place the Breacher for tomorrow, and he has to place the emetic device for the Tengu musician, and then he has to just wait. Yeah, Tamer neatly fell in there. I have seen some conversations in the past few minutes in chat. The Mendoza grass is 3-2. It basically non-functional. So you do not try to get another NPC in there. The body will always be found. Dani has the opportunity to make multiple musicians sick at the same time. I think that should only catch one. It's probably the last obstacle for him, but I guess by going safe, Dani can now KO these two NPCs in the toilets. and just make as many stalls free as possible, just in case others caught the emetic gas. Bit of hesitation, but I think he's just missing a melee item, as Brain made Tamara sick. He couldn't quite get the initial isolation done on Tamara. So now it's a bit changing up the plans. I don't see Brain catch up, but it is a different strat. And Tamara also will be KO'd quite soon. I wonder how far he let her go. I don't think you can KO her before the toilets because of the guard. And you can expect maybe another one if Diana also decides to come around here. So it is simple for Dani. Gets the second disguise and gets the second kill. No searching, nothing whatsoever. A loud explosion would be dangerous there, especially with the 12-second timer. But silence explosion will set this map for Dani, and also starting the tango. And there's the finish, and we are going to just have to wait until the 5-star screen, but it is in all likelihood another Dani win. And by the time the tango finishes, we would be out of the 47-second window anyway. Brain still has to catch the disguise. Oh, there's the disguise. Apologies, I missed that. So there is actually a possibility for a 47-second window. It is 49 seconds past the minute for me, which means that 36, now it's done. So now it's out of the range. After some quick math, I don't have to wait for, or we don't have to wait for Brainfixer. He's close, but not close enough for the photo finish window to kick in. Dani is up 4-0. And we are going to Whittleton Creek next. Map number 3, and another map which might favor Dani, more experience for him. Actually the same experience, 7 maps played, 7 spins played in the past. Four wins for Dani, 3 wins for Brainfixer. And 25 past the hour seems about right. So now we are set for map number 3, potentially the last map. And it wouldn't be unlike Dani to finish this match with a sweep or continue his tournament run with a sweep. He famously won the World Championship by sweeping 3 consecutive opponents down the loser's bracket before facing the very last opponents, Throat, Ducker, and then Kanata in the final. So I think 6-0 wouldn't be surprising from him. Brainfixer obviously hoping to get a couple more points in this tournament. He got 7 yesterday after beating Fusk in loser's bracket round 4. That was a marathon event as well. Brainfixer took a 4-0 lead there after winning Chongqing and Mumbai. Fusk then took Mendoza. I guess this would explain the pick from him. Some very, very recent experience. Then they tied Haven, which was 5-3 score at that point, I think, after 4 maps, and then Paris came and Brainfixer won that which earned him, for the first time in his career, an LB round 5 spot. And I think this will be his first top 10 finish. Everyone here is guaranteed 9th. And his best result is 17th from RR6 and the World Championship as well. You could argue that the World Championship 17th place is even more prestigious for being cross-platform and the biggest event of the community, of HITMAN. But the improvement is also there. Nice to see. "45 seconds to go." And I guess the only thing I haven't talked about is the actual thing that matters in this tournament. Losers bracket means one is eliminated, the other advances to the next round. And Pijero is the one already waiting for the winner of this match in losers bracket round 6. So he might have an opponent in 5 minutes time. It might take another hour from here. But Pijero is the one hoping or looking for his opponent next. Looking like DaniButa for now. But we have seen one reverse sweep in the console bracket. Brainfixer would be hoping for the second ever comeback from 0-4. Here is Whittleton Creek, Janus, silent shotgun as mailman, Nolan Cassidy, loud explosive weapon in the Archean robes. Loadout heavy, unless you want to take the car bomb in the secret basement, which is an opportunity. Silent shotgun mailman and no suit restriction just means that you would probably want to start Gardener here. No, Danny is actually right. You would want to start in suit with the briefcase, with the silent shotgun. Of course, the mailman is quickest from Gardener, but then you have to go to get a agency pickup, which is not as quick for Janus. Snail in hand, that will sedate both the mailman and the person he's talking to. And once again, I don't see the jogger, which really confused me in my Whittleton Creek run, because I know that from Gardener's start you have to watch out for her. And I suppose the main start, cutscene, different NPC cycles mean that it's not the case this time. And also a thing which I know from a couple days ago, and that was the spin against Danny as well, so he will know now as well, that the body is not found in the course of this spin. So you don't have to look out for naked mailman running up to Janus' gramophone. Brainfixer on the other hand, with a very interesting suit isolation, he's starting with the Nolan. And I think that's everyone down, target lockdown, but no one turned around. Brainfixer should actually have this. Of course, red guns will be an issue for a long time, up until the exit actually. Brain will not set up the kill just yet, but instead take care of the last cycling guard, and I think now the situation is well and truly contained. Very nicely done, and this really opens up Whittleton. However, the first kill is done by Danny. Janus is down with the gramophone. Quite standard around the 90-second mark. But Vitriton is a map with lots of standard timings. 4.5 minute being garage for Nolan. Lately you can hear about 2.5 minute Cassidy, where you can make him sick and isolate himself there. It's very much about the timings, and Danny, everything is looking good for him so far in terms of a garage isolation, which really rarely loses matches if done first try. But here's the case with Brainfixer. He has a completely different setup. He will never have to wait for garage anymore. He just has to set up Nolan. He just has to get the mailman, kill Janus, get the second disguise and exit. Of course, get the clues, which now he has. With Spencer the Hammer Green isolated, you You don't need the picture in the basement. The letter is also a clue for the Art Society. Two and a half minutes for Brainfixer. It's quite unfortunate for him that he's half a minute behind. It might be a case of very close in-game times, but Dani being the first one to exit, first one to load in, might leave him as the first one to exit. Brain is catching the mailman at the moment, and this is also very unfortunate timing for him. Needs to lure him somewhere isolated, and he doesn't hear that package nor that crowbar. This is getting unfortunate for Brainfixer. This is costing him so much time, and I think now Dani is definitely in the lead. Very textbook, 3 minutes 45 seconds in, missing just one clue. The constant meeting confirmed, which is the cigar box. But for good measure, I think everything will be picked up. The lawsuit as well. Brain just going a bit around the place. The mailman is still in position. If it was any other disguise than mailman, then I think Brainfixer would already be working on his second disguise, second kill. But this is looking costly now, as Dani has Nolan in the garage. No third clue just yet, but with that shovel, the cigar box will be acquired easily. That was heard by Nolan and no one else. Target lockdown wouldn't be an issue either. At last, Brain gets the mailman disguise. And he could be looking for gramophone because Janus is back in the house at this point. But looking at the minimap, I think he's looking for the Hanson basement agency pickup. And the silent shotgun should be there. I'm not sure if you can open it with a crowbar. I always brought a lockpick in here. Oh, he's going from the garden around the garbage man. But it won't matter now. Maybe in the 47-second window, as Dani gets the third finish. It's not the third no restart, but the third confident win. As Brainfixer, yeah, I apologize. Agency pickup was in the treehouse. Little clarification there, but doesn't change anything. There is no finish within a minute here for Brainfixer, but there is a 6-0 for DaniButa, who advances to the next round. A very quick confirmation of how the brackets shape up with this one. We thank Brainfixer for his plays in this tournament and congratulate him on his, I'm very sure this is a 9th place finish, but will be confirmed later on, and DaniButa will face Figueroa in loser bracket round 6. And if I know it correctly, it might be as soon as tomorrow, so look out for that. And we are going to go very quickly now to the other match, which started at 17 CET, half an hour ago, Gordini Roy versus Querymaker. Enjoy that, and thank you very much for watching. GG's to the players, and see you.